Oh, okay, that's kind of loud on my headphones. Sup, Shredders? My name is SP Plays. Welcome to today's video. Wow, getting all this kind of stuff I don't care about. It's great. Today, with some kind of music down, it's still too loud on my headphones. This is just a quick video to talk about the channel. Kind of good stuff, depending on how you see it and how it goes when I actually move in. But I'm looking at moving into a different place, like moving house. And the reason why this is important is because for years, I've been talking about going into my own place. And finding somewhere where I can stream more regularly, like where I have more control over when I can stream. And what we're doing now, or at least what I'm planning on doing now with this streaming stuff is once I move is, while I haven't got a schedule to commit to at the moment, I'll be able to do it for several reasons. I'll at least be able to do it. The first reason why I'll be able to stream is number one, because I have a better streaming processor now on my RTX 2080. It is superior to what I had in the 1080. It works a lot better now. I love using this graphics card, and it allows, and in certain games where like I was previously bottlenecked, it's like the graphics card isn't holding it back anymore. Now, if anything, it's actually the CPU holding it back, because this thing can go 4K, man. It's the third fastest consumer graphics card. I know the Vega is technically consumer, but if you can afford it, not a Vega, the Titan, the RTX Titan is the big boy, the 2080. Because there's no word on a 2080 Ti Super yet. It would not surprise me if they did release one. But I'm super excited to see what I can do in this new place in terms of my ability to stream, because at the very least I'll have the hardware to be able to do it, and I'm going to be I'm going to be overclocking. Well, I've already have overclocked the RTX so that it's in the top 1%. But with the added bonus of it just seems to be more reliable than my 1080 was. It's just more reliable. And because the problem with the 1080 was that if I didn't overclock it, it wouldn't have been sufficient to my needs in order to be able to stream. But the 2080, it was designed, I think, to be better at streaming through its hardware, as well as maybe even the software. Like, let's be real here, man. I don't care about ray tracing or any of that stuff. I wanted a faster, more powerful graphics card that I could be able to do like 1440p gaming with consistent frame rates, and I've got it. I've got it now, and it's super dope. And what's more is that I'm also moving to a place where my internet speed will be quintupled. Because what I'm doing at this new place is I'm getting gigabit internet. Now, I don't know about how many of you guys... Oh, bugger. I don't know how many of you guys know about... have gigabit internet, but it is the bomb, man. We have a lot of competition in New Zealand for ISP providers. And what that means is we get lots of really good pricing and stuff, as opposed to other places like the United States and Australia where the internet's notoriously just terrible. New Zealand's internet is really good. As long as you're not out in the rural areas. Even then it's not bad. But basically, what this will mean is that because my internet speed will be quintupling, it'll be at 900 megabits a second, basically, 950 megabits a second. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, for a lot of the time I've been on YouTube, my internet speed is topped out at like 170 max. And because I was using wireless as opposed to like Ethernet internet, it just wasn't great. It wasn't ideal, you know. But now, the great thing about this internet is that, I mean, I'll have 500 up. So it's 950 down, 500 up. You see that? Here we go. Come on, buddy. Nah, wait. Come on. Get it? Where'd he go? Oh, we're not gonna win this one, are we? Hang on! No. Bugger. Ah! Yes! Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, rough. That was okay. I'm not too upset about that. So what that'll mean is that I will be able to stream on, like, with a proper solid internet, like with a solid connection. And when we get the internet set up, I'm going to just to confirm where exactly the wireless is in the house so that I know how to get it sort of set up with my couple of custom rigs, because I do have a couple of custom rigs that I use. I have my main one, which has a 2080 and RTX 2700, and then I have a secondary one which has like a 2400 in it, as Ryzen 2400, 2400G. It's not bad. It goes to 4 gigahertz. It's fast enough for 1080. And what I'm thinking of doing is getting like a 5700 XT and just putting that in there so that it can do 1080p at least. And maybe I can have that as my casual gaming rig. You know what I mean? But like, I just gotta figure out how to get the internet going between the two. Because quite honestly, like, even though I'm very excited about streaming just, like, if this was like a money-making thing for me, like if I was to do a stream and earn $100 a night, you can justify investing in it and putting a house around it, I guess, because 700 is 35k a year, which I know it ain't huge, but it's still like an income, you know. And if that's from a couple of hours each night, and you're working 14 hours a week and earning 700, and what's 700 divided by 14? That's exactly $50 an hour, you know what I mean? It's pretty ridiculous. And I would love to have that kind of money coming in. Because with this place we're going to, I won't own it. We'll be renting it, but I'd like to have a house deposit in here, so... as I've said before on many occasions, I would love to stream regularly, and it sounds like BS, but there have been reasons why I can't do it each night. I'll admit, sometimes I don't feel like it, but a main reason has just been because where I live, it hasn't been feasible to do it. The internet hasn't been there. There's always excuses, right? They always sound like excuses, and it's always so easy to just dismiss them. As just whatever, you know? But I do genuinely care about this channel and making stuff. I'm passionate about video recording and streaming. I think it's fantastic that people can set up in a career on this platform. I'm acutely aware of how difficult it is now. But that's the thing, I don't want it to be a career. What I want... you messed it up, dude. Why did you miss... The guy got greedy, man. And now the other guy's gonna score. He hit me too, greedy bugger. Gotta move. It probably isn't doing us any favors, me being aggressive with him, so I'll tone it down. Now, you know, Mario Maker, as I've said before, and time again, seems to be something that people enjoy me playing. And the reason being is because it's interactive. You can do people's levels. And I think the point of a stream needs to be that you are ready to interact. There's no point in streaming if you just expect people to watch this, sit there watching silently. You know what I mean? I think that it would be... I don't think it would be possible for me to do what some people do and do like evening streams, like do weekly, like daily streams. I don't think it's healthy to do that. I see some people streaming for like 4 to 5 hours a day, 7 days a week, and it just seems so... You're not living for yourself, you're living for other people. And especially if you start doing that, and you don't get the response you want. You're streaming for 4 hours and you get no money from it. And you might be like, well, shouldn't you do it because you enjoy it? And it's like, no. No, you should stream. I think you should stream that amount if it's worth your while. If the opportunity cost that isn't greater, then what? Like, if you've got nothing better to do, and if you, like, someone was to say to you, if you do this for 6 months, you'll eventually get to a point where you're making, like $1,000 a week. Yeah, okay. And say someone could look into a crystal ball and be like, oh, and that will be, that will last you 5 years. So 50k a year for 5 years off of playing video games. If you study, well, that's exactly what I said, study, because it's like getting a diploma, isn't it? It's like doing a job, right? It's studying for a job. You put in 6 months of unpaid work, or up to 5 years. You know what I mean? And then what happens is that you usually get a job, right? Unless you've done something where it's just too competitive and you don't end up getting work. But let's just assume that you do. I would happily stream if I knew that in 6 months' time, if I did that amount. But you just don't. You just don't know. And luckily for me, I've got several avenues for making income. You know, I am in my late 20s. Now, I don't have kids to look after. I'm reasonably educated. I've not got anything to be ungrateful for, really. I made good use of a lot of my time anyways. But at the same time, it's like, I don't really want to do 7 days a week without seeing growth in my channel, and that's up to me, you know. But 20% of that is also YouTube. A good 4/5 of that is YouTube. So, you know, I can put in like maybe a few days a week playing games that I know people are going to respond well to and that I enjoy. That makes that complete sense to me. That's fantastic, you know. But I'm not going to do 7 days a week of streaming like I might have tried to, because I can't keep it up. I don't have the stamina for it. I just don't. I am not strong enough as a human being to be able to handle 7 day streaming for more than one, because it's just not me. I need a day off. And you know, I don't need to either. Maybe, because isn't it better to stream when you feel energetic and when you feel like you can handle it? Cool. Oh, that was a good save, actually. Isn't it better to do it like that than to, like, push yourself and make yourself miserable? Because I think that's the most important thing you do, is look after yourself. And like I teach music, right? I teach for about 20-25 hours a week. I'm looking at doing some other recording stuff and working with people's PCs and making custom PCs. And I also have a list of stuff that I do every day that I'm reasonably good at sticking at, to the most part. Not so much recently, but I don't do a terrible job at it. But like if I was to do 40, if I was to make 40 hours a week, right? That is about $2,000 a week for me. That's New Zealand dollars as well. That's not American dollars. So our currency is worth about 2/3 of yours. So that'd be about $1,300, 65k. 65k, yeah. The other guy get it? No. What are you doing? You know it. Go, 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 go. Where'd it go? Ah. Wow. Crazy. That person's very, very good. What am I even talking about? Yeah, if I was to make that amount of money and then do like streaming on top of it, you definitely still want to be making some money on top, just because then you're like, you're working 50 hours, you're working overtime, you know? And say my list takes like 20 hours to 22 hours a week, on top of that 45, and then I stream for like 10 hours a week even. That's 70 something hours. That's 70 hours of work per week. And that's a phenomenal effort, you know, don't get me wrong. You know, because that's 80k a year for 70 hours a week. And that's not 70 hours of working and investing into like something that you don't even own. I own everything, you know, because I'm self-employed. I mean, I'm thinking of studying law as well, man. So if I was doing that 20 hours a week, that's like almost 100 hours a week. And then if I was to sleep, right? That's 56. So you see what I mean? It just gets to a point where you're fitting too much stuff in. And what happens is you don't perform as well, because you're trying to fit too much in, and it makes you miserable and I'm burned out and depressed. And I don't want that to happen, because I've already felt that, and it sucks. So, TLDR, with this upgraded PC and with this higher internet, I can stream better now. You know, will I be streaming all the time? No. Well, I make daily videos, yeah? Yeah, I make daily videos. Because I play the video games anyways, and so it's a productive way of using that time to... I mean, to actually to do something with it. He's getting grumpy with me, right? Wow. But like, I'm trying my best, man. Oh, I missed. Yeah, I think I need a break. See what I mean? Like, you just gotta use your energy wisely and then hopefully something positive comes out of it. I gotta stop messing with that guy. He's gonna get really salty in a minute. Aha, do you see that save though? That was pretty sick. That was sick, man. I don't mind. I'm happy with that goal. That was pretty dope. There was some good gameplay in that video. But yeah. So the streaming TLDR again. TLDR. The streaming situation is improved. I don't want to stream every night, but I will be putting it. I will continue to put out daily videos until I get sort of run out of stuff to do. And then if I do stream, it'll be like maybe games that people like to play as a group. Like, you know, maybe I'll do stuff like not Roblox. And the reason actually why not Roblox, YouTube have just told me today, they've asked specifically if I create content for kids. And because I use bad words and stuff like that sometimes in my videos, I've just said no. Because I don't want to have to deal with my account maybe being suspended because they're finding that I'm creating stuff that's not appropriate for kids. It's pretty crappy, but I think it's just to avoid all of those kind of, you know, those kind of channels that create the kids. Oh, hang on. I need to get out of this. I'm going to get in trouble. I needed to get out of that while I could. Why can't I escape it? How much time have I got? Nah, I need to get going. I'm gonna get told off for this. They're gonna be grumpy at me. But yeah, I'm gonna go anyways. Stay cool. You take care. Love yourself. And oh yeah, tomorrow with another video. I don't know whether it'll be Soul Calibur or League or something else. Yeah, thanks. Bye bye.